What's going on, everybody? So first of all, excuse the background. I have my son here. I'm trying to keep him occupied while I do this video. So you may hear a little bit of, I don't know if it's cocomelon or something. Um, but anyway, what's going on, everyone? So today I want to talk about, I've been getting this revelation over the past couple of days, and I've been talking to my wife about it. Bad advice that actually sounds good. And what I mean by that is that advice you've received in life, and it may sound good, may have that feel good feel, but it really doesn't really have any substance to it, and is not always directly tied to something. And you know, I'm probably sure a lot of us have heard this advice at one point or another. But one good example is bad advice that sounds good. Is well, I'll start with the story of the background. So originally, there's a gentleman I was talking to who owns, several franchises, and there's a young brother that was trying to reach out to him, and he talked about like, hey, what did you do to be successful, right? And so he gives him this rundown. Oh yeah, you got to do this, and go do that, or whatever. But it was nothing. When I say do this, it was things that he didn't do to build his financial wealth. Now he may do it now if he made his money, but it wasn't the thing that helped him build his wealth. And so, with that being said, and it's sometimes misleading because you hate it when people always say, "Oh, to be successful, you got to read 10 books a day. To be successful, you got to go to sleep at 8 o'clock at night. To be successful, whatever the case may be, you got to do A, B, C, D." But the thing is, that's not what they did to be successful, and so. Is disheartening. So I'm gonna get into the example of what I want to bring up today with that one gentleman, but I also want to talk about Elon Musk and how this all kind of connects. And so again, with this one gentleman, he's telling this young brother, hey, you gotta do, focus on real estate, focus on this. But it's like, dude, but you made a fortune by owning franchises, so why not give him the formula of what he did, what you did to become financially successful? Right. So anyways, kind of getting to like Elon Musk. This, we all heard about, some tweets went viral about like, hey, don't follow Elon Musk tweets for financial advice. Because what happened was, he was almost really tied to the value of Bitcoin and even Dogecoin, whether it's go up and down based off his tweet. And so I've been seeing tweets about like people lost a lot of money and all this and that because, there is that whole fear of missing out. People don't invest to learn or really do due diligence. They just invest based off the hype of something. A lot of people do that. And then now Bitcoin crashed. Everybody's upset because they lost all their money. But here's a scenario where people are he's telling you to invest. And what happens is people think, I shared a post not too long ago about people thinking that, oh, let me go ahead and invest a little bit in Bitcoin and all this and that. Because I think for people who don't know no better, they think that they're going to actually get rich off of this, right? Really financially, like it's going to change their financial picture significantly. But the reality is not, right? And so you follow Elon Musk for all this, investing in this, investing in that. But the very thing that made him successful, no one's listening to, which is he invested in himself first, right? Before Bitcoin, before Dogecoin, before any of those things, right? He's telling you to invest in or be a part of, you should invest in. He invested in him. That's how he made his money. He invested in himself first. One, he was a co-founder of PayPal. But even after PayPal, how he was able to fund Tesla, SpaceX, is from his profitable exit in PayPal, where he put, according to this one article, I think he made like 180 million, and he took 100 and put it in a SpaceX, and then 70 into Tesla, and then like 10 million to Solar City. So that basically says like he took what he had and invested in himself, endeavors that he has a controlling position in, owns majority ownership in, and makes decisions in. That's not how he's not getting rich. I mean, maybe he'll make some extra money from Bitcoin and all that type of stuff, but his fortune isn't tied to his own business endeavors. So if you really want to listen to someone, listen to how they made their fortune. Ignore all the other mess. Ignore if they tell you if they made their fortune in owning land, but now they're trying to tell you to own a franchise. Ignore it. Listen to them, dig deeper, and say, no, I want to know how you own land. Like, I understand there may be some pros and cons, but how did you make your fortune from owning land? So, don't want to be on here long, but I just wanted to share that tip. I see it a lot. Bad advice that sounds good and is misleading people, is redirecting people down a bad rabbit hole. All right, so be blessed. I'm out.